Hey folks, this is ioether, and we're back playing some more World of Tanks. So we got Ronnok in his T-34-85. This is a tier 7 game. That one. So we have an okay chance of winning this game, but I'm going to say that's mostly dependent on Ronnok. If we look at the stats of on either side, most players in this game are orange or yellow. Got a couple of tomatoes, and then we have Ronnok. So if Ronnok wants to win this game, he's going to have to do some work. Now, he is in a platoon, and we have Ronnok over there in his Hellcat. So that's good to know. But, you know, having three hands, one to hold the mic and one hand, and one to turn the camera would have been awesome. You know, can't do all three at the same time apparently. I'm just epic that way. So we see Ronnok is coming up this side. Now he's only in tier 6 and tier 8 games, so there's gonna be some problems if he doesn't play this exactly right. Now he's gonna move up, and he wants to get into the lee of this hill so that... Wait, was that just a friendly shooting at him? Yeah. Great. Okay, so that was either we're not trying to harass him, or some random friendly totally trying to help him. So he just wants to get up here so he can get shots into the sides of these guys. But, you know, that's half of his health gone. If he lets anyone else shoot him, he's going to lose the other half of his health. So he's going to have some problems. Now, the side to this is that we have a lot of higher tier TDs, whereas they only have 2 Hellcats. The trade-off is they have 6, or no, that's not right, 8 heavies to our 2. Yeah. There's going to be some trade-off. Now, our Tiger and our K1S really do have to pull their weight if we want this to be a win. Oh, crap. I'm sorry. I totally forgot that it was in the bloodshed was in this platoon. My bad, guys. Don't hate me. Okay, hate me a little bit if you want to, but details, right? Now, Ronnok is probably not going to penetrate the side of that KV-4 unless he fires a gold round. Wow, that poor leopard took 2 shots to kill. I'm thinking that was a KV-1S that hit him the first time, and then a Tiger 2 that finished him off. So there's a Tiger 2 around here somewhere then, even if he's never actually been spotted. He's either up on the hill or quite possibly down by the KV-4. But he can't be too close to the KV-4, otherwise he would have been met by somebody already. Yeah. These guys are going to have to put in some work if they want to win this thing. So now we only have 2 heavy tanks left. Bloodshed in the Churchill 7 and a K1S player, both of which are on or near the cab. Ooh, there's that Tiger 2. Yeah, so now that we have eyes on him, people can start shooting him. And Ronnok's just going to put shots through the side of this guy's turret, mostly just to piss him off and to slowly whittle him down. Now, the guy is apparently so pissed off with being shot by a 50, a T-34-85 that he actually charged out into the line of fire and got shot by the rest of our team until he died. Which somehow seems like a bad idea. I mean, it was a tier 8 heavy tank that just died because he wanted some revenge, and he didn't even get to shoot at the tank he wanted the revenge on. He just died. Don't do that, okay? Now, this ARL is probably very glad he no longer has the barn on top of him. And the ARL is actually a really great tank, great gun, good frontal armor, but side made of paper. So Ronnok's never going to need gold rounds to penetrate that ARL. Unless he does so from the front, which is a bad idea. Arrow doesn't look like he's going to live much longer anyway, Ronnok's trying to get some damage in on the KV-4. Now, I think that shot actually missed the KV-4. Yep. Or he bounced, but I'm gonna guess he actually missed. KV-4 might actually be looking this direction. So Ronnok doesn't really want to peek out, because if the KV-4 is looking this way, that can definitely be the rest of Ronnok's health gone. So he's going to push up this hill, wants to make sure these guys stay lit for his team, and if he can, he wants to put shots into them. Ooh, the ARL, good one to knock out. There we go. There's one enemy tank down. It's probably a waste of a gold shell to use on that, but worth it because of the fact that it knocked an enemy tank out of the game. Now he's still doing damage. You notice he switched back to his regular rounds, as he's no longer. Most likely, he knows he's not going to be shooting the KV-4 again for a little while, so he might as well switch back to the regular rounds and just do damage to the guys he knows he can put shots through with the regular rounds. Now there's 3 enemies inside the cap circle, so that means Ronnok really wants to clear the hill, and then Worden is probably going to poke into the cap. Unfortunately, at some point, Bloodshed did die. Ooh, a shot on the back of the treads of the KV-4, but he decides to switch to the VK instead, knowing that he can penetrate the VK with a standard round, whereas the KV-4 less likely to penetrate. So he's just alternating between the VK and the IS right now, taking chunks off both of them, and at some point loading an HE shell to fire into the KV-4 might not be a bad idea, but it looks like the KV-4 just got hit with an HE, so he's not the one holding all the cap points. There's a 4th tank in there that's actually holding all the cap points, and until our heroes can kill him, or at least hit him once, they're going to have problems. Now, Worden has actually worked himself into the cap, and he's stopping the enemy from winning. As long as Worden is alive and inside the cap circle, these guys are going to have to kill him before they can start capping again. That's good. That delays them. That means that they can't use all of their resources just to cap and win this game. Wow. That was a critical hit on the KV-4 with a standard round. So that probably took his observation device or something like that. Now he's loaded the gold and putting shots through a turret. Oddly enough, I wouldn't be aiming for the KV-4's cupola if you have other choices. The side of the turret is so much better to shoot through on that tank. Now he's reloading his standard rounds because he doesn't have a target right now, and he figures he might actually end up shooting through a house or something, so he might as well load up a standard shell because there's no point wasting a gold on a house, right? There's a Hellcat right there. Except he missed because he didn't see the Hellcat before he fired, but that's okay. The Hellcat was predictable. Ran right into that shell. Now, you notice he backs up to get the shot on the KV-1 or the IS. Now that did mean that the M8 could shoot him, but the angle wasn't good enough that the M8 or the E8, whatever, Easy 8 was likely to penetrate him. So he's all good. Now these two guys are in some trouble, and the upside of what the enemy decided, or the good thing about what the enemy team is doing, is they're sticking together. Now that's probably accidental, considering the skill of the players involved, but it's still something everybody wants to be doing. If you only have 1 or 2 tanks left on your team other than yourself, stay with them. Now that was an awesome kill. That was a kill on the E8 when he was trying to hit the KV-1S. Great game. 2400 experience, non-doubled with premium count. That was an awesome game to watch. You can see just how much damage he put into this KV-4. He fired actually 6 shots that connected, but only actually 1 shot to penetrate. It did enough damage to everybody else that it really did compensate for that. Obviously, this was his ace tanker. He also got high caliber, a Confederate medal, and tank sniper. The fact that he got Confederate with 4 kills is really impressive. That doesn't happen a whole lot. This was a really close game, and without Ronnok's contribution of 4,000 damage, this would not have been a win. This probably would have been a loss, and a fairly fast one at that. Especially considering how many guys they had in the cap. Ronnok fired 35 shots, and a fair number of them penetrated. Most of what he fired was standard ammunition, with a few gold rounds sprinkled in there to make sure he penetrated things like the KV-4 and stuff like that. You notice he was very, very careful about when he used gold rounds and when he used his standard ammunition to make sure he maximized the damage potential of every single shell he fired. A little bit of detecting damage, about 1,000, but overall this was a really stellar game to watch, and this is how you guys should be playing your mediums. Don't play them aggressive, don't play them really passive, be up in the enemy's face, but not close enough that they can shoot you, close enough that if they want to try and kill you, they have to run into friendly TDs and just get dominated and destroyed before they can even get to you. But you poke up and do damage when they're not looking. That's how a great medium can be played solo. Now if you're in a pack, different tactics, but we'll go through that later. Thank you so much, Ronnok, for saying this, and thank you so much guys for watching. Hit that like or subscribe button. I'll see you guys next on this ioether out.